have to get my technology all sorted out. So I want to share with you today 15 ways to save money when attending an industry conference. Feel free to add in your own comments into, if you're watching this on Facebook Live, add your own comments in here on the things that you do to save money. But the reality is, right, is there's dozens of conferences that you can attend all over the world, all over the UK, you can go to America, you can go wherever. You can go to all these conferences, right? But they all cost money, right? And it isn't just the ticket price, right? It's not just paying for the ticket. There is paying for accommodation and travel and all your food while you're there, your drinks, you know, the costs can add up, right? So if you're thinking about, for example, attending CMA Live this year, 2017, it's about 60 something days away, 63, 64 days away, something like that, just over 2 months away. And you might be thinking to yourself, how are you going to piece the money together, right? How are you going to get the money together to attend a conference? Not only that, how you can just minimize the impact on the money as well. How can you save money in the process, right? So I get it. I totally get it. I mean, I want to go to loads of different conferences as well. I want to make sure I've got the money for everything, but you can't go to them all. Like, I know that. You can't go to them all. So how can I help you to get into CMA Live? How can I get you to CMA Live to see all of our great speakers? Check out cmalive.co.uk for what's happening at our conference this year. 16 speakers over 2 days in Edinburgh on the 8th and 9th of June. So there's all the costs. There's the opportunity cost as well, right? So you're not only just spending all that money, you're taking time out of your business, you're taking time away from your family to be there. That might be the reason why you're going. Everyone goes to conferences for lots and lots of different reasons, right? To learn, to develop. We covered this before in one of our other videos as well. So the decision is not just about cost, but it's definitely a major factor. One of the other things I don't want you to experience is the fear of missing out, right? So, I mean, the conference, our tickets are $497 plus VAT, so a little under £600 for one ticket for 2 days. So you split that across 2 days, £300. You've got your flights, your accommodation, and all that kind of stuff on there as well, right? So the first things to consider when thinking about attending a conference or looking at conferences, the best thing to do is actually do this really well in advance, right? So 6 months to 12 months in advance is the best time to plan all of the conferences you're going to attend, right? So we're going to split this up into a couple of different sections here. But number one way to save money on conference tickets and anything to do with conferences is to look out for competitions, right? Usually they do these early on to get some marketing, or they'll do it late on as well. So many conferences and conference organizers will run competitions. We did them last year, we've done them this year as well. And you'll never know what opportunity you might come up against to win a ticket. Now, obviously you can't guarantee that you're going to win that ticket, but perhaps it's the make or break for you. Like if you don't win, you aren't going. If you do win, you are going. That being said, say you've already bought a ticket, still enter the competitions because you might be able to give that ticket away to someone or give your original ticket away to someone as well. So that's number one, look out for competitions. Generally speaking, you can save more money when you are planned in advance, right? Generally speaking. So registering early for an event gets you in on the early bird tickets. So any early bird rates where you're getting 20, 30, 40% off your tickets, that's ideal, is to do that. But not only that, you can kind of spread that over as well. So say, for example, you bought your ticket for CMA Live in June last year. That was 40% off or something. I think those tickets went for something like £300. That £300 is 8-9 months ago. That doesn't feel like £300 anymore, right? So the feeling is different about the money that you're spending as well. If you register early, look at the payment plans as well. Payment plans allow you to spread the money and make sure that you're getting the early birds. Top tip: make sure you're on the lists for all the conferences that you want to go to, right? And they'll send out the early bird rates to you in advance so you know exactly what's happening. The same with hotel tickets, your accommodation, make sure you buy them early, or at least keep an eye on the prices going up and down, but don't leave it to the last minute, especially if it's a city-based conference. Usually the ticket prices will go up. They'll go up based on supply and demand. So just make sure that you're in well in advance looking at your hotels and look at roughly what the prices might be. But again, on hotels, you can look at the budget hotels, group type accommodation as well. For example, if there's 5 or 6 of you attending the conference or a group of you, then look at getting an Airbnb, an apartment. And again, that kind of offsets some of the costs that we'll talk about later on as well. So if you're staying in a city for 2, 3, 4, 5 nights, if you know a few other people that are attending, try and bunk in together, get an apartment, and they'll save some money that way too, which also has a knock-on effect to the food and drink costs as well. One of the other things, obviously, is to bunk up in someone's living room, kitchen, in their bath, in their kids' spare bunk bed, whatever. If you know some friends or family perhaps that stay in that area, you can stay with them and then commute into the city. That's another way to save a bunch of money. Buy them a couple of bottles of wine, feed them dinner or something like that, and get that and save a ton of money that way. Just make sure that you're sorting out. I think the key thing is to sort your travel arrangements out early. There's nothing worse than making things last minute and then feeling like you're getting ripped off for something that might have cost a third of the price if you'd booked it in early. So that could be trains, planes, even like hiring a car if you want to do that too. But the earlier you get your travel sorted, the better. Usually. So there's other things to consider as well, as to don't just consider like traveling by plane or traveling by sort of other, you can travel by other modes of transports. Again, if there's a group of you, perhaps you could hire a minibus if you're traveling from England, or perhaps you could jump in the car together. So 4 or 5 of you could get in the one car. That could really like save a huge amount of money, like 5 of you traveling in a car instead of 5 of you all getting a plane ticket. And you could take turns driving as well. It might take you longer to get there, but you're going to save cash. And then you can live outside of the city perhaps as well, where it's less expensive, and commute in every day too to the conference. That might be an idea too, instead of buying into the hotel that they give you. That could be another way to save lots of money. The other thing to do is to think about like saving on unnecessary costs. By the way, guys, if you've got any of your own tips, please jump into the comments section on this as well. But any unnecessary costs, like for example, if you've decided that there's going to be an apartment that you're going to go into, why don't you take stuff from home that you can take with you that you won't need to buy when you get there? Like, I don't know, like all your bathroom stuff, any preserves and things like that. You can take all of that with you, so you don't need to buy that stuff when you get there. Do all your shopping and take it with you, so you can get it at a good rate. Go shop in Aldi's or something like that. Take all your food and your drinks and everything else that you need to take with you. Perhaps search for budget restaurants and meeting places, so you don't have to pay premium for food and drinks, and avoid any unnecessary costs. Like, one thing to do there obviously is to drink less alcohol or eat less food when you're out and about, and don't feel the pressure of having to spend when other people are spending. So you can avoid and reduce unnecessary costs as one thing to do. One of the things that maybe feels it's not about saving money but making money, perhaps if you're looking at attending a conference and you can offer some sort of service to people, or like you have a product that's useful for people, or maybe you're a consultant or a speaker, you could go out there to the market and see if there's anyone that would like to buy your services. So for example, if you're a consultant or something like that, or you offer some sort of business to business service, for example, you could, and before you head out there, is try and get some consultation work, some work that allows you to pay for your travel there. Maybe they'll even pay for your travel and you get to just go to the conference as part of that. So there's other things you could do there. You could get a client to pay for your conference ticket as part of your agreement, or get your clients to go along and they'll take you with you. It's another way to save some money on conferences. So there's lots of things you could do, but one thing to think about is finding opportunities to make money while you're there. While you're traveling to that city or that place. That could be one way to justify the price of a conference ticket. Number 10, volunteer to work for free. So write out to the conference organisers and ask if you could be a room host or a cloakroom host or a bathroom host or whatever. Someone that can go and do some work for free there, volunteer so you can be in the room. We've used that. We've done that with people before. Students, some people did some service work for us as well. They got to go for free. They have to do the work while they're there, but they're in the room meeting everybody, etc., and joining the social and all the rest. Number 11 is to be a speaker at the event. So we get lots of pitches. We talked about this in one of our videos already. We do get lots of pitches for speakers, and a lot of them do want to speak for free, but obviously they get access to the event for free too. Now, I've seen this change in the marketplace actually from a conference organisation perspective, is that you still have to pay for your ticket even though you're speaking, which is like ludicrous. So speak at the event, ask if you can speak at the event, submit a proposal. get to know the conference organisers, and then you get to go to the event for free typically as well. So that's ideal, although you're not getting, maybe not get paid any money, but you get to go for free, which is cool. Best case scenario, you get paid and you get to attend the event, and then you're a speaker probably. Number 12, one way to save money. It's not really an alternative, to be honest, but it's it is an alternative, but it doesn't really replicate the actual thing, is to go and get the online version of it. So attend the live stream version of the conference. Not really the same thing, but if you want to experience it and you don't have the £500 or the £600 for the ticket, then that's definitely one way to do it. Number 13, this is a great one actually, and a lot of people do this with CMA Live, is they get the whole family involved, right? So they'll go to Edinburgh for the week, and mum or dad will go to the conference while the other person is being the parent, and they make a family holiday out of it. They spend the weekend in Edinburgh, have a long weekend, and that way everybody kind of wins, right? You can sort of incorporate it into a family holiday. Number 14 I've already mentioned actually, which is really just minimize the amount of alcohol you drink. It's probably the most expensive part of being at a conference, is the amount of alcohol you drink. But to be honest with you, a lot of people think a lot of people have that as part of the fun and the social, which is a really good part, a big part of it. But maybe you can bridge the gap a little bit, go to the off license, get a couple of bottles that way, get tanked up before you go out at night, have a few drinks in the apartment or in the hotel first, and then head out and save yourself some money that way. Number 15 seems a bit like backwards, but I think it's good to be honest as well, is that maybe don't go this year. Maybe don't go to the conference this year, save your pennies up and go the next year instead, and take advantage of the early bird discount that's happening next year. But if the fear of missing out is like absolutely killing you, then you might want to just bite the bullet and get involved, but you'll get over it. Get there next year, save your money up and go next year instead. But the key thing obviously is that most people aren't made of money, right? So you've got to be lean. Don't be overzealous by spending money. But just enjoy yourself, right? Have lots and lots of fun. But the key thing to mention here is that going to conferences can quite easily be very, very expensive. But just with a little bit of thought and a little bit of planning, you can still have as much fun, but not spend as much money as well, and make sure that you can use that money for something else, like the early bird discount for the next year, or getting first for the tickets for next time round, or buy something while you're at the conference, buy some books, whatever. You can distribute or portion that money to something else entirely. So I hope that's helpful for you. If you are thinking about coming to the conference and you would like to spread payments, for example, then just let me know. Just email me, chris@cmauk.co.uk, and I'm sure we can do something to allow you to spread your payments up to the conference and make it a bit easier for you in terms of cash flow. But if there's any thoughts about anything, just let me know. And if you've got your own tips, or you think someone else would, you've got your own tips, comment section, let's hear them, or email me. And share this video with the other people you think that might find it helpful. Hope you have a great day, and don't forget to be awesome.